You just spawned in and have absolutely no idea where you are. Hello, survivor. My name is Bean, and today I'll go over all the spawn locations in Chernarus so you can easily find out where you are, along with some other tips and tricks. There are several spawn locations around each town, so we'll start off with the furthest southwestern spawn and work our way north along the coast, covering each town. When you spawn in, your character will always be facing north. Some of the best ways to figure out where you are is to look for road signs, train stations, and points of interest, which I'll go over with each spawn. Cherno is a huge city in the south. Spawning on the west side of Cherno, you'll see a lighthouse with a group of apartments in front of you in the distance, and the city itself will be off in the distance to your right. You should be able to see this hotel building with the plane crashed into it. It's the only building like this on the entire map. The next spawn along is in Cherno Docks. The city will be off to your left, with the apartments off in the distance. There will be two blue door warehouses and other industrial buildings in front of you, along with rows of crates and cranes off to the right and a shipwreck. When you spawn on the eastern side of Cherno, there will be a lighthouse with a shed and a few boats. In front of you will be a mountain, with one side covered in rocks. The rock side faces towards Cherno itself. Elektro is another city along the southern coast, just east of Cherno. The spawn on the west side of Elektro will have open fields directly in front of you, a few houses and a red roof barn. Off to your left, you should see the same mountain that has the rock face that faces towards Cherno. From here, Elektro will be on your right. The next group of spawn locations are on the east side of Elektro. Elektro Docks will be on your left, and there will be an island behind you with a lighthouse. One of the easiest ways to tell you're in Elektro is by seeing the church on the hill. Kamyshovo is a small town east of Elektro. The best way to tell you're in Kamy is if there's cut up bodies everywhere. There's a police station with a well out the front, a kiosk, and plenty of houses to loot, along with a few chicken spawns and plenty of fruit trees. If you follow the dirt road that runs alongside the PD and run up the hill, you'll find Rog Castle. If you spawn to the east of Kamy, you'll be in a place called Krutoy Cap. You'll see a group of houses with some sheds, a burnt out bus, and if you look behind you out to sea, you'll see a large island. This island is called Solnichniy Island. There is a castle, a few kiosks, a hunting lodge, and a small village with a lighthouse. To get to Kamyshovo from this spawn, you'll want to run with the water on your left, or if you run up the hill directly in front of the houses, it will take you to a small town called Tulga. Moving north up the coast to our next spawn location is Three Valleys. There is a handful of houses here, but if you head up this road, you can either follow it to the left and it will take you to Tulga, or if you follow it to the right along the blue trail path, it will lead you to a town called Mister. If you stay on the coastal road and run with the water on your right, it will take you to our next spawn area, Solnichniy. You can tell you're in Solnichniy from the quarry on the south side of town. There is a civilian barrack here that is worth looting, along with a hunting shop, a medical building, and a well. From here, you can follow this road that crosses over the train track towards a town called Dolina. You may also get a northern Solnichniy spawn, where you'll see this large industrial area. To get into Solnichniy, run south with the water on your left. or if you run north with the water on your right, it'll take you to the next spawn area. Nizhnoye is a small town north of Solnichniy. You can easily identify Nizhnoye by the yellow church on the hill and the railway bridges that cross over the roads that lead up into town. There's a well and a hunting shop. From here, if you follow this road out of town and follow the small power lines left, you will reach a main road. Head left once you reach the main road and it will lead you to a town called Olovets. Berezino is a large town north of Nizhnoye. Along the coast of Berezino is a large dock with lots of industrial buildings, crates and cranes, and there is a red and white chimney stack. There are two parts to Berezino: Lower Berezino, where you can find a well, a couple of kiosks, a PD, a fire station, and a medical. Follow the road that runs past the PD with the PD on your right to get to Upper Berezino. Here you can find a hunting shop, a PD, a hospital, military tents, a supermarket and a well. To easily identify Upper Berezino, use the yellow crane that sits next to the military tents. Svetlo is all the way up north. You can spawn on the south side of the town where there will be a lighthouse and you'll see the docks off in the distance. Or you can spawn on the north side, just outside of the docks. There is a medical, a PD, a well, along with a few kiosks around the church. Just outside of town there is a small military checkpoint along a road known as the Northern Highway. There is one very rare spawn even further north of Svetlo in a small fishing village called Berezhki. If you follow the road that leads out of the village, it will lead you back to Svetlo. I hope this video helps you out. If it did, slap the subscribe button, click the ding dong and give it a like.